Hello guys. So I'm gonna fill you in on my little mini cut. We are at 4 weeks. I am a few days late because I went to my sister's this last weekend and I was just getting my life together all week. I'm not gonna lie, I had laundry to do, groceries, things had to get done. So a little bit late, but that's okay. Just breaking this down. What's going on, how it's going, what I'm doing, whatever. So started at 145. Week 2, we were at 144. Today, which is it's 4 weeks and 3 days, but whatever. We're at 139, which is awesome because obviously, last weekend I kind of went off a little bit. I didn't go crazy, but at the same time, I didn't have everything I needed to be successful and eat what I wanted to eat as far as my protein numbers and hitting this and that. I tried my best. I got my water in. I tried to get my steps in every day. And I tried to eat the best that I could. I could have taken it a step further and gone to the grocery store and gotten everything that I wanted to get and everything that I wanted to eat. But it's not that, if you can't take 3 days off from your program and be okay, then you're doing it wrong, So I wasn't going to go through all that. So I did the best that I could. It is what it is. I moved on from it, but realistically today, whenever I weighed, I was not expecting that. But it just goes to show you that our bodies take time to lose weight. Like the first 2 weeks, I lost a pound. And then these last 2 weeks, I lost 5 pounds. It's so different, you know what I mean? And I had that weekend. But it just goes to show you how our bodies are and how this works, So that's why the scale's just so so that's another thing I want to talk about before I get into what I'm doing, is that I'm not trying to become the smallest version of myself. That's not the goal here. The reason why I started this mini cut was because, yes, I was losing body fat slowly, because I was just kind of going with it, eating pretty good most of the time and just kind of doing maintaining really was what I was doing, and trying to just eat a little bit better, slightly under maintenance because I was losing a little bit of weight just through activity and eating mostly good foods. And so I got to I was pretty happy with where I was at, but I knew that I wanted to get my body fat percentage just a little bit lower. So that way then I can kind of coast and maintain. Because for me, I'm 5'1". So for me to be a healthy body fat percentage, I need to be in the 130s. I know that for myself because I've been doing it for a long time. I know what my body feels like, what it looks like, what it is at 130. And with my muscle mass, that's where the 130 is coming from. And so for me to be a decent body fat percentage that is a healthy body fat percentage, that not only is healthy because obviously I care and I want to feel good and if I look good, I feel good. So it's not just health. I'm not even going to sit here and pretend it's all about my health. Yeah, that's important, but also I feel good at 130. So I thought there was the shadow behind me. Okay. So anyways, yes. So I just want to make sure I state that. So you have to find what your number is. So don't look and think, oh, 130 is healthy. No, I'm 5'1". So, and I have a pretty good amount of muscle mass. So 130 is my number, and not even 130. Before K3, before I got pregnant at all, I always fluctuated between 130 and 135. So now I honestly, realistically feel my new fluctuation weight is going to be 135 to 140. Maybe 132 to 137, something like that. But it really just as long as I'm in the 130s, I'm really content with that. Because that's when I know I feel the best. I look the best, in my opinion. I'm strong in the gym. I get my lifts done. I'm the most confident at that weight. So that's why that's my number. But if you have a completely different body structure than me and you're 5'5", 5'7", or whatever, it doesn't even matter if you're 5'3", but your body is structured completely different than mine, then your goal weight, your healthy body fat, might be 140, might be 150, might be 160, might be 180. You have to find what yours is, what a healthy body fat percentage is for you. And a BMI is a good tool to kind of guesstimate, but it's really going to come down to body fat. We don't want to be walking around with 50% body fat on us. That's just not healthy. So find what number that's for you. Okay, this is just for me, and I'm not here trying to, just lose as much weight as possible because of whatever. I'm trying to get into the 130s, trying to lose weight because I know that's where I'm my healthiest at, and that's my goal. I just kind of knew that doing a mini cut was the best thing for me to do because I needed to for you to lose the last 5 to 10 pounds, you really need to dial everything in. Everything kind of has to be a little bit more strict because those 5 to 10 pounds are your I don't know, you're like life weight, you know, you're like free weight, where you're just like, eating whatever, just kind of in maintenance, just floating around here. That's what those 5 to 10 pounds are, you know, which is totally fine. But I wanted to get my body fat percentage down a little bit more, and that's totally fine too. So yeah, so I knew though that what I was already doing, because I was already mostly eating very healthy. Just on the weekends, I would have cocktails, or I would have like, we would go out to eat and I would order some fried food, eat some French fries. I would eat like a piece of cake or some cookies and ice cream every now and then. Like, you know, once a week I was doing these things. So in order for me to lose the last 5 to 10 pounds, I knew that's what I had to get rid of, because I eat mostly well. I eat really good. I eat whole foods every day of the week. The only time where I just kind of stray away from that is on the weekends when we go out to eat, and then I'll order something that I normally wouldn't make at home, you know? But whenever we're at home, I'm normally eating whole foods, and that's about it. So anyways, yeah, that's really what I've been doing. So that kind of just pushes us in right into the next topic of what I've been doing. That's what I've been doing. So like I said, I mostly eat whole food. So this is going to be different for some people. It's not hard for me because I haven't had to change anything so crazy, you know, because this is majority of what I do and how I eat anyways. So that's why I don't want to make it seem like it's not hard, but it's just because it's not hard for me, because my lifestyle is that way majority of the time anyways. So the only thing I've really had to control is, like I said, like the little snacks. And what's really helped me is I have 3 meals a day. So breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then I'll have like a protein shake in between one of those meals. So that's been really helping. I mean, sticking with that. And then at night, I'll have like a little cup of popcorn when I'm watching TV and stuff. But I just put it in a bowl, you know? So that's just been really helping me, and just staying away from the snacking all day. Because before I would like grab a handful of chips or grab this or grab that. And those little things add up, you know? So yeah, I've just been getting rid of any processed fried foods I haven't eaten at all. What else? Yeah, like I said, the cookies and chips and cake and ice cream and stuff like that. I've just kind of been staying away from it. Not that I'm going to do that forever, but just for the remainder of this little cut, which is going to be 2 weeks. So I'm going to do it for another 2 weeks, because like I said, it hasn't been hard for me, but I also don't want it to come off like it's not hard or it shouldn't be hard. Because if you haven't been doing any kind of monitoring at all, or really eating whole foods majority of the time, then it might be a little bit harder for you, and that's totally fine. But I don't want to make it seem like this is supposed to be easy, because it's not, you know? It can be harder for some people. So it's been easier for me just to kind of tailor back that stuff. And I'm still satisfied every day. And I have my dark chocolate nuggets at night, which is, again, what I used to eat anyways. Like, it's not like I was eating chocolate Twix bars and now I'm eating dark chocolate. Like, I've always eaten dark chocolate nuggets, like the little Hershey nuggets. I love those. I've always eaten those. So you know, I'm still eating those, but those are normal to me. So you just have to find like what's going to work for you, what's slightly below maintenance, because I'm not eating like 1,300 calories. Like, that's insane. What's slightly below maintenance that you can do for a small, like a pretty decent amount of time. That's going to help you lose a little bit of that extra body fat that you want to lose and get you where you are. And then once you get to where you are, the only way it's going to work is if you got there sustainably, if you got there by only getting rid of a few things here and there. Because that's why once I get to which I'm going to do it for 6 weeks because I feel good, like I said. So once I get to my 6-week mark and I start incorporating, like, when we go out on the weekends, I'll have like a cocktail one night, not every weekend, you know, but have a cocktail one night, or, you know, have like French fries again, or, you know, chicken tenders or whatever I want. When I start including that stuff in every now and then, it's not going to affect anything, because I'll be trying to maintain that weight, and that'll be my goal there. Okay. So I just want to make sure, if you want to try this, that you definitely pick something that is going to be sustainable for you. Don't try and cut everything out at once. You can still do these things, and it just proves that you can, because I'm, you know, working out. My workouts haven't changed. The only thing that has changed is a little extra cardio, but I'm going to get into that in a minute. And then, yeah, like I said, the dialing back my nutrition just slightly more than I normally would, that has really helped. So, but it's not anything crazy, and I don't feel like I'm restricted at all, really. So yeah, I want to make sure that I got this. Okay, cool. So yeah, let's just kind of get into with the fitness part of it, like what I've been doing there. So again, workouts are pretty consistent. Workouts have been 4 to 5 times a week, depending on how I'm feeling. Nothing different there, honest. If 45 minutes to an hour max, my workouts. What I have been doing differently, which I think is really, really what's, changing the game here, but at the same time, I've been doing this for a while, so maybe it's just catching up. I don't know. But anyways, I am, in addition to my workouts, like I'll work out in the morning lately, and then in the afternoon, I'll go for like a 15-minute walk outside just to get a few extra steps in, because I do a lot of computer work, but just to get a few extra steps in and get that neat up, baby, that, what is it? Natural energy expenditure, something like that. Anyways, so basically it's just like what your body burns like naturally, like you're like fidgety, like people that are said to be fidgety said they burn more calories because they're moving more throughout the day, right? So anyways, I've been getting that, and I do not fail 15 minutes Monday through Sunday for a walk. I'm not working out on Saturday and Sunday, but I am still going for that walk. So you might think that a 10 to 15 minute walk isn't much, but if you walk for 10 to 15 minutes a day, you've just added an hour plus of cardio to your week. That's huge. You know what I mean? So I've been doing that, and I really do think that's helping. Obviously my water, I'm getting, my goal was 100, but I'm getting over 100 most days. And then, what else? Oh yeah, my protein. I've been hitting about 120 to 130-ish grams of protein a day, and focusing on that really, because again, like I said in the beginning, if you want to go watch that one again, I'm not counting calories. I just doing the protein, focusing on my water intake, and like I said, my meal structures have really helped because it has cut out all of the little snacky snacks that I would get throughout the day, like a handful of this, and I would go grab this, and then I'd eat this. So that's really helping keeping me on a structure, knowing that I'm eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and if I'm hungry in between those, I'll have a protein shake in between. So I think that's all I have to say. Talked about the weight, talked about what your healthy weight is, not what mine is and what yours should be, because this is my healthy weight. I'm 5'1". What I've been doing, cutting out all the processed food really is what I got rid of. And the extra snacks, extra alcohol on the weekends. Oh yeah, I am still drinking wine though, guys. I used to drink wine though 5 times a week, like a glass of wine, like let's not get crazy. But now I'm drinking wine 2 times a week. So I know that's helping, because even like 100 calories in a glass of wine adds up throughout the week. So yeah, that's really what I've been doing. And the first week, not gonna lie, I felt so low energy. Like my body was like, girl, where are all the snacks? But then after that, I have felt so good. So I'm honestly gonna continue it for just another 2 weeks, because I feel good. I don't feel like I'm struggling with anything. So I wanna do it for another 2 weeks and try to get to that goal of like 137. Maybe like even 138 I'd be happy with, because I started at 145, So with how I'm doing it, I'm not expecting a miracle. And that's kind of like the last thing I want to talk about, and then I swear I'm done. But just set your expectations up. If you do not want to be on a super restrictive diet, which I don't recommend anyways because it's not sustainable, but if you don't want to cut out most of all your foods, like me, I'm having 2 glasses of wine a week. If you want to have no glasses of wine a week, and you want to have no chocolate nuggets at night, and you want to have no this and no snacks and no, random food eating out or whatever, then just know that that's going to be a different kind of hard. And yes, you might lose weight faster, but it's going to be harder, to be honest. But if you're okay with doing it how I'm saying, like more intuitive eating, not necessarily counting everything unless you really want to, because if counting is fun for you, count, but keeping track of your protein, getting that water in, getting all your activity in, making sure, you're allowing yourself, it's okay to like have wine a couple times a week if you're good with that, or have a cocktail if you really want. If you want to do it that way, then you have to understand that it's gonna take longer, and you have to be prepared for that. And you can't get mad when you go weigh yourself and you're like, what the, because you need to look at yourself and be honest and say, you know what, a pound this month, cool, because I honestly haven't felt restricted all month long, and I've gone out to eat every single weekend this month, and I've, had a girls' night, and we had margaritas and quesadillas and queso, you know what I mean? So just be realistic with yourself. There's no right or wrong way to do it, but if you're gonna do it the more intuitive track and the more, dialing it in just a little bit, not craziness, then you need to accept the fact that it is going to take a little bit longer. And if you want to be more restrictive, then you need to understand the fact that it's going to be hard and it's not going to be fun and you're going to feel like you're on a diet, and chances are that you're going to drop weight sooner, but then it's going to be harder for you to maintain that weight. So you just have to pick your battles and whatever is best for you. Again, everybody's different. And I'm going to stop rambling, I swear. I hope I covered everything, but please message me or comment or privately message me if you want. I don't care. If you have any questions or if you want to do this and you don't know where to start, I'm happy to set you up. So just please, please, please message me. And okay, I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Wish me luck.